Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I'm Ketholena with the evening news. The headlines. Entire nation is observing Janta Curfew voluntarily by following Prime Minister Modi's appeal to check the spread of coronavirus. Nagaland joins with the rest of the nation in observing Janta Curfew, a social distancing exercise in the fight against COVID-19. Nagaland Government orders shutdown of all business establishments across Nagaland from midnight tonight till further orders. And Chief Secretary Nagaland appeals people of Nagaland to join hands in the fight against novel coronavirus. The entire country is observing Janta Curfew today following Prime Minister Narendra Modi's appeal for people to voluntarily stay indoors to check the spread of coronavirus. In his address to the nation on 19th of this month, he urged public to avoid stepping out of their homes. Prime Minister said the steps we take now will help in the times to come and people's restraint and determination will defeat the epidemic. Modi has appealed to migrants to stay put wherever they are and not undertake train and bus journeys to their home due to the fear of coronavirus. He cautioned people against any kind of travel, saying they are playing with their health and also putting their families at risk. Public transport has been suspended or curtailed and all markets and shops except those dealing with essential items are closed in wake of Janta Curfew. Meanwhile, citizens across India showed their support to those providing essential services by standing by their doors, windows and balconies at 5 this evening by clapping, clanging utensils and ringing bells. The 14-hour nationwide Janta Curfew, a social distancing exercise to fight against the coronavirus outbreak, is being observed today across the districts in Nagaland. Most of the citizens remained indoors and the streets wore a deserted look as vehicles largely remained off the road while few pedestrians were seen in some areas. Reports came in that some passengers were stranded at the railway station after arriving at Dimapur as no commercial vehicles were plying due to the Janta Curfew. Though Nagaland is a Christian-dominated state, most of the Sunday church services and activities in various parts of the state were cancelled to show solidarity to the call of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. However, for some churches, services were conducted through streamed live on TV, YouTube, and other social networking sites. Christians are also observing the day as a day of prayer by holding prayers and fasting at their respective homes. Staff of All India Radio Kohima took part in Prime Minister Narendra Modi's call to show support to those providing essential services by clapping hands and making noises for a few minutes at 5 this evening. Meanwhile, Kohima responded to the call with a loud siren from police headquarters and citizens making noises from their respective homes. In the interest of public health and safety, and with a view to contain and prevent the spread of novel coronavirus, Nagaland Government has ordered closure of all shops and business establishments from midnight tonight throughout the state till further orders. However, pharmacies, petrol pumps, and grocery shops selling food grains, daily use items, and essential commodities and media offices are exempted from the closure. In an order issued by Nagaland Chief Secretary, it stated that all commercial passenger vehicles, both public and private like buses, taxis, autos and two-wheeler taxis shall not ply till further orders. Vehicles carrying interstate transit passengers will be allowed till tomorrow midnight. Movement of all public is restricted except those coming out of their homes for procurement and distribution of essential commodities, availing essential services, medical facilities, and other basic needs. All interstate entry points shall be sealed except for movement of essential commodities, security forces, medical equipments and supplies and goods vehicles transiting the state till further orders. However, drivers and attendants of the vehicles transiting the state shall be subject to medical screening as per laid down protocol. All government officers, both central and state, except district administration, police, security forces, fire and emergency services, Home Department, Medical, Postal Services, NIC, NSDMA, Power, PHED, Food and Civil Supplies, Finance, Treasury and Accounts, Banks, ATMs, AIR and Doordarshan Kohima shall remain closed till further orders. However, administrative heads of department, heads of offices shall form a core group of officers and staff to attend to urgent and essential matters. All other government employees shall be available on call. Any person or group of persons acting in violation of this order shall be deemed to have committed an offence punishable under Section 188 of the Indian Penal Code. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. Chief Secretary Temjan has appealed the people of Nagaland to join hands in the fight against novel coronavirus, stating that the government has its shortcomings. Toy said, "This is not the time to criticize. Rather, it is time to overcome the shortcomings." Addressing media persons at his official residence in Kohima today, the Chief Secretary said, "All steps and measures have been taken and put in place." He said, "Depending on the spread of the virus, the government has taken a conscious decision of not to take any panic grievance measure, rather have been issuing restriction and measures." He also informed that so far the state has not got a single confirmed case, but that does not give us to be complacent on the issue. He said 180 beds have been identified in the state for proper quarantine of infected person and also roped in the private hospital and army hospitals. Toy said prevention is not only for the government to be taken, but it is responsible of all to take preventive and precautionary measures. Government has constituted a high-level technical committee of public health experts for COVID-19 to guide the prevention and control activities in the country. The 21-member committee will be headed by Niti Aayog member Dr. V.K. Paul, Union Health Secretary Priti Sudan, and Director General Indian Council of Medical Research are the co-chairs. Besides, Director All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Dr. Randeep Guleria, Director of National Centre for Disease Control, Delhi, Dr. Surjit Singh, Director of Institute of Infectious Diseases, Pune, Dr. Sanjay Pujari, and Additional Chief Secretary of Kerala, Dr. Rajan Khobragade, are among the members of the task force. The Cabinet Secretary and Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister held a high-level meeting this morning with Chief Secretaries of all states. All states said that there is overwhelming and spontaneous response to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's call for Janta Curfew. During the meeting, it was agreed that there is urgent need to extend the restrictions on the movement of non-essential passenger transport, including interstate transport buses till 31st of this month. State governments were also asked to permit operation of only essential services in 75 districts which have confirmed cases or casualties relating to COVID-19. It was also decided to suspend all metro rail services and interstate passenger transport till 31st March 2020. And Health Ministry today stressed on the need to stop the chain of transmission of COVID-19 cases. Joint Secretary in the Ministry, Love Agarwal, said many measures are being taken to break the chain of transmission. Indian Council of Medical Research Director General Balram Bhargava said the easiest method to break the chain of transmission is to isolate the people coming from outside. Meanwhile, the total number of confirmed cases so far in the country as on 2:30 p.m. today stands at 341, including foreign nationals. To end the news, the headlines here again. Entire nation is observing Janta Curfew voluntarily by following Prime Minister Modi's appeal to check the spread of coronavirus. Nagaland joins with the rest of the nation in observing Janta Curfew, a social distancing exercise in the fight against COVID-19. Nagaland Government orders shutdown of all business establishments across Nagaland from midnight tonight till further orders. And Chief Secretary Nagaland appeals people of Nagaland to join hands in the fight against novel coronavirus. That's all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.